You won't believe the crap I endured, but I emerged from that toxic mess stronger than ever. Kick-ass garden, blossoming art career, and the love of my life. It's a middle finger to anyone who ever underestimated me. My name is Emily, and I'm 30 years old. You won't believe the crazy story I have to tell you. It all started a few months ago when I came home from work and found my husband, Mike, and his sister, Lisa, in the living room. They were having a few drinks, and I could tell something was up. "Hey, Em, you're home late again," Mike said, his words slurred from the alcohol. Lisa just gave me a smug smile. "Yeah, well, I had a rough day at work," I replied, trying to keep my cool, but I could already feel the tension in the air. As the evening went on, things got worse. Mike and Lisa started making fun of me, saying I was too slow at work and that I couldn't keep up with them. It was infuriating, and I wanted to snap back at them, but I held my tongue. The next morning, I woke up to a loud noise in the living room. I rushed out to find Mike and Lisa going through my stuff, moving my belongings without asking for my permission. "Hey, what the hell are you two doing?" I shouted, my anger boiling over. "This is my stuff, and you can't just go through it like this." Mike looked at me with a condescending grin. We're just making some space for Lisa. She's moving in next month." I was shocked. "What? This is the first I'm hearing about it. Why didn't you tell me?" Lisa chimed in. "Well, we thought it would be a great idea for me to live here. It's a big house, and it will save us money on rent." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. You can't just decide things like this without talking to me first. This is my house too, and I have a say in it. Mike's tone became harsh. "Look, Emily, I'm the one paying the bills here, so I get to make the decisions. If you can't accept that, maybe we should just get a divorce." I was taken aback. Divorce? Over something like this? I couldn't let them walk all over me. "What gives you the right to throw around the I pay the bills card, Mike? This is my home, and I have a say in who lives here." Mike was unrelenting. "You don't pay a dime towards the rent or bills, Emily. Your arguments hold no weight." Lisa added, "Yeah, you're just making yourself look pathetic at this point." I had had enough. "That's it. I don't want anything to do with either of you anymore. Pack your stuff and leave my house." Mike and Lisa were in shock, but I didn't care. I wanted them out of my life. The next day, I had my lawyer handle the divorce proceedings. Mike didn't put up much of a fight, probably because he knew he was in a financial mess. I heard he moved back in with his parents to sort out his debts. As for Lisa, she had to find a new place to live, and I made it clear that she wasn't welcome in my life anymore. I felt a sense of relief knowing that I didn't have to deal with their condescending attitudes anymore. Now, I'm enjoying a peaceful life in the house I inherited from my parents. It's a fresh start for me, and I don't have to put up with anyone's disrespect. Sometimes you just have to stand up for yourself and take control of your own life. With Mike and Lisa out of the picture, I could finally breathe again. The house felt like a sanctuary, free from the constant tension and belittling comments. It was a relief to come home and not be on edge, waiting for the next sarcastic remark or power play. I focused on making the house truly my own. I redecorated, rearranged furniture, and filled the space with the things that brought me joy. It was liberating to have full control over my surroundings, and it was a reflection of the newfound independence I was reclaiming. My work life improved as well. Without the constant stress of dealing with their condescension, I found it easier to focus on my job. I was more efficient and productive, and I began to earn more respect at work. It was as if shedding the negative influences in my personal life had a positive ripple effect on my professional life. As the weeks turned into months, I reconnected with old friends and made new ones. It had been too long since I had spent quality time with people who respected and appreciated me. I started going out more, socializing, and exploring new interests. Life was starting to feel exciting and full of possibilities once again. One evening, as I was enjoying a quiet dinner at home, the doorbell rang. I was surprised, as I wasn't expecting anyone. When I opened the door, I found my best friend, Sarah, standing there with a big smile on her face. "Hey, Em, I thought I'd drop by and see how you're doing," Sarah said as she gave me a warm hug. I invited her in, and we spent the evening catching up, sharing stories, and reminiscing about the good times we had before Mike and Lisa's intrusion into my life. Sarah had been a rock of support during those difficult times, and I was grateful to have a friend like her. As the night grew darker, I realized that I had come a long way since that tumultuous evening when I kicked Mike and Lisa out of my life. I had rediscovered my self-worth, rekindled old relationships, and embraced my newfound freedom. The journey wasn't easy, but it was worth every step. I had learned that standing up for myself and not allowing anyone to diminish my value was essential for my well-being. Life was too short to tolerate disrespect and condescension. I knew that the future held even greater adventures, and I was ready to embrace them with open arms. My house was now a place of peace and tranquility, and I had reclaimed my independence. It was a new chapter in my life, and I couldn't wait to see where it would take me. The following months brought a sense of healing and personal growth that I hadn't felt in a long time. I began to explore my own interests and passions with a newfound enthusiasm. I joined a local art class and discovered a talent for painting that had been dormant for years. The vibrant colors on the canvas seemed to mirror the renewed sense of vibrancy I felt in my own life. One sunny morning, I decided to tackle the neglected garden in the backyard. It had been overgrown with weeds and unruly bushes for years, but now I had the time and energy to restore it to its former glory. As I worked under the warm sun, I couldn't help but draw parallels between the garden's transformation and my own journey. Just as the garden was thriving under my care, so was I. With each passing day, I felt more self-assured and resilient. The scars left by the hurtful words and actions of Mike and Lisa were slowly fading. I realized that I was stronger than I had ever given myself credit for, and I no longer allowed anyone to undermine my worth. My relationships with friends and family grew stronger as well. I rekindled bonds with my parents and siblings, who had always been a source of support and love. My parents visited me often, proud to see me flourishing in my newfound independence. One evening, Sarah came over, and we decided to have a quiet night in. We ordered pizza, opened a bottle of wine, and shared stories and laughter. It was the kind of night I had missed for so long, free from the toxicity and drama that had once plagued my home. Sarah, who had been through thick and thin with me, raised her glass and said, "Em, I'm so proud of you. You've come a long way since that challenging time. You've reclaimed your life and your happiness." I smiled, feeling a sense of contentment wash over me. "Thank you, Sarah. I couldn't have done it without your support and the love of my family. I've learned that standing up for myself and valuing my own worth is non-negotiable. Life is too precious to let anyone diminish it." As the night continued, I realized that I had not only found my independence, but also my voice. I had grown into a confident, resilient, and self-assured woman who refused to tolerate disrespect or condescension from anyone. It was a transformation that had not only restored my life, but had also enriched it beyond measure. The journey had been challenging, but it had ultimately led me to a place of self-discovery, empowerment, and personal fulfillment. I had found my own path, free from the shadows of the past, and I was determined to make the most of this newfound freedom. The future held endless possibilities, and I was ready to embrace them with open arms. My home, once tainted by negativity, had become a sanctuary of peace, resilience, and self-love. Life was beautiful, and I was ready to live it to the fullest. The months turned into a year, and life continued to evolve in remarkable ways. I found solace in the routines of everyday life, cherishing the newfound sense of freedom and self-assuredness. My once neglected garden had transformed into a lush oasis, a reflection of the inner growth I had experienced. I decided to explore my passion for art further and started attending local art exhibitions and even participating in a few. It was empowering to see my work on display, a testament to the creativity that had been stifled for so long. The art world provided a space where I felt valued and recognized, and it became an integral part of my life. During one of these exhibitions, I met someone who would eventually become an important part of my life. Her name was Lily, a fellow artist with a warmth and kindness that drew me in. We struck up a conversation about our love for art, and it soon evolved into a deep and meaningful connection. Lily was understanding, supportive, and respectful of my journey. She had her own stories of overcoming adversity, and our shared experiences brought us even closer. It was as if fate had brought her into my life to remind me that love could be kind, gentle, and nurturing. As our relationship grew, I found myself experiencing love in a way I had never known before. With Lily, there were no condescending comments, no belittling, and no power struggles. It was a love based on respect, equality, and mutual support, and it filled my heart with a profound sense of joy. I introduced Lily to my family, and they welcomed her with open arms. It was a stark contrast to the tension and drama that had surrounded my previous relationship. I felt grateful every day for the love and positivity that had become a cornerstone of my life. The lessons I had learned from my past experiences continued to shape my perspective. I knew the importance of standing up for myself, of valuing my own worth, and of not allowing anyone to undermine my happiness. It was a valuable lesson that I carried with me into all aspects of my life. In the midst of this newfound love and personal growth, I decided to make a significant change in my career. I had always dreamt of working in a field that aligned with my passions, and I took the leap to pursue my artistic talents as a full-time career. It was a bold move, but it felt like the natural next step in my journey of self-discovery and empowerment. With Lily by my side, I embarked on this exciting new chapter. We both continued to create art, support each other's dreams, and celebrate the beauty of love and artistic expression. Life had come full circle, from a place of darkness and adversity to one filled with light, creativity, and love. As I gazed at my vibrant garden, my flourishing art career, and the loving relationship I had found, I couldn't help but reflect on the transformative power of resilience and self-worth. It was a reminder that, no matter the challenges we face, we have the strength within us to shape our own destinies and create a life filled with beauty, love, and fulfillment.